Thought I'd share a little bit of my day with you. And it seems to be sunny out today, and I've skipped a few days of vlogging. Past few days it was just so gloomy, and we actually had a severe snowstorm. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Yeah, I just woke up like an hour ago, just been relaxing. I don't like to rush to get my day started. I like to ease into the day. I wanted to show you something. Here I am bundled up in all my blankets. It's nice and warm and toasty. And right next to me here, yeah, this is a bin with all my clothes. And I keep a drink right here for when I need to hydrate again at night. And for some reason I noticed that in this very cold weather I get really thirsty. I have my backup battery here and my earplugs and some aspirin. So yeah, I got everything close to me, and I slept so good last night. It was nice, warm, and toasty. Had a deep sleep, and yeah, I feel so relaxed now. Okay, guys, just dropped a massive morning deuce in the gym. I'll give that one 3 stars. 3 stars means it's not uninviting and it's functional. So, yeah, I think I'm going to skip my miso routine this morning. Actually, it's not morning, it's afternoon. I'm going to skip the miso routine and just get on the road and head to Indianapolis. But I want to show you guys something. Got some new tires on this baby. These are Michelin Cross Climate 2, and got them put on yesterday. Nice looking grip. Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's been going on in my head recently and how this experience has been for me off camera. And this is the parts that where I wasn't filming, and this is maybe more real and more raw. And you know, when kind of you're going through shit in life, like the last thing you want to do is film yourself. Like, that's just not what YouTubers do. And the ones that do it are pretty fucking real. But yeah, I'm not the type of person to put a camera in my face when I'm going through a bad time. But I'll just kind of relate to you what was going on with me the last few days. So a few days ago, I had driven from Kentucky all the way up to Clarksville, Indiana, which is really close to Louisville, Kentucky, right on the border there. They are separated by the Ohio River. So I got into Clarksville, Indiana, and it was very cold there, which is okay because, I mean, I love the cold and I seek it out. So that night it started snowing, and the next day I woke up and everything was covered in white. I mean, everything. Parking lots, roads. And I was like, okay, well, so this is what it's like up north. And I had planned to just relax for the day and kind of get accustomed to where I was. I mean, this was a different feeling than Kentucky and Tennessee. It felt a lot colder and there was a lot more snow. And so as the day went on, it just kept snowing and snowing, and I was like, okay, well, I need to, I need to like prep for dinner, so I need to go buy some food. And so I looked on the map where the closest supermarket was, and there was a supermarket called Kroger, which I've seen those. I mean, I'm from the West Coast, and I don't remember seeing Krogers, but I saw a few of them in Florida, I think, or maybe Georgia and Tennessee. Definitely by the time I got to Tennessee, I was seeing Krogers. And I got to say, I wasn't impressed. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with the size of a Kroger. I mean, those supermarkets are freaking huge, but the prices are ridiculous. Like, I can find the same items for half the price. I mean, it's just a ripoff in terms of price. But anyways, the nearest supermarket to me was a Kroger, and it was about zero point 0.8 miles, which is like a little over a kilometer. And I thought, oh, okay, that's close. I'll walk there. So I got out of my car, and it was freezing cold, and the snow was coming down. And like after a few seconds, I was like, nah, I think I'll drive. So I pull out of the driveway, and I start driving to Kroger. And actually, I was going to the Kroger, and then after that to Dollar Tree. And so I'm driving along, and there's just snow all over the place. There's like tracks in the road where the other cars have driven, and I just did not feel safe at all. I felt like my car was going to slip. I was driving very slowly, very carefully, and as I looked to my sides, I realized I couldn't walk. There was no way I could walk because there was no, everything was covered in snow. I wouldn't be able to see where I was stepping. It would be dangerous. It would take a long time. So I went to Kroger, and that was fine. But then when I drove from Kroger to the Dollar Tree, which was like another mile, the road got even worse and more slippery. And I saw a car spin out, lose control on the ice, and then regain control. And that freaked me out. And then I got to the Dollar Tree, and the whole parking lot was covered in snow. And I couldn't figure out how to get into the parking lot. So I just parked I parked a few shops down at a gas station. I guess they had plowed their parking lot. And I walked over to the Dollar Tree. And by this time I'm thinking, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? Like, I just drove down this slippery, icy road at like 15 miles per hour. I've seen another car lose control on the ice. There's no freaking way I'm going to be doing delivery gigs, giving people rides in these kinds of conditions. Like, there's no way. It would take too long. It would be too dangerous. And the probability of me having an accident would just skyrocket. And I was like, fuck, man, have I made a mistake? What have I got myself into? And all this self-doubt just kept on brewing inside of me. And then I go and pay for my items at the Dollar Tree, and the lady at the register tells me that they're probably going to be closed tomorrow because of the snow. And then that triggered me. I was like, oh my God, so this is a thing in snowy places. They close grocery stores, and that means I'm going to have to work out logistics, and I'm going to have to like store a lot of food in my car in case places close down. And it would just, in this short time span of about an hour, all these life curveballs were thrown at me, and I left that place defeated as fuck. And then, as I'm driving out of the gas station, I had to drive down a very short, small ramp to get onto the road, and my car lost control, just for a few seconds. And then I regained control, and I was like, oh my God. And so I slowly drove back to my spot, which was at the Planet Fitness parking lot, and I was just so dejected, and I'm just there sitting in my car and just thinking, oh man, what have I gotten myself into? And Jesus, I made a huge mistake. And then my mom messaged me, and she asked me where I was, and she asked me what the temperature was. So I got on the internet and I looked up the temperature. And when I went to look at the temperature, I saw a severe snowstorm warning alert, and it said there was a severe storm alert, and to stay off the roads, only be on the roads if absolutely necessary. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, so that's what's going on. there's a freaking severe snowstorm alert in effect. I didn't even know this. And it said the storm would be over by the next day. And yeah, I got through the night fine. I mean, I can stay warm in my car. That was no problem. And I woke up the next morning, and it was sunny. And most of the snow had melted. There were still snowbanks, but the roads were clear, the parking lots were clear, and the sun was out. And I was like, oh, okay, well, it's not as bad as I thought it was. And I thought, but, just to be careful, I'm probably going to come across this again, and I don't ever want to drive on an icy road with these shit tires. I mean, the tread is worn. It's just like, I was like, you know what? And I've been delaying putting on new tires. I've just been delaying because they're so damn expensive. I mean, yes, you can buy cheap tires. You can find tires for like $50, $60, $70 a tire. But I was like, okay, and I have to buy 4 of them. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it might be expensive, and I'm definitely going to take a hit in my bank account, but at this point, it's worth the peace of mind it's going to provide for me. So that next morning, I immediately searched where I could find some really good high-quality tires, and this place, Pep Boys, it had my tire size and the tires I wanted. But yeah, anyways, I went to Pep Boys in the afternoon, and within an hour, I had 4 new tires on my car, and the difference is like day and night. I feel so stable. Well, when I drive through the slush and the ice, and the tires they're so quiet. Like, I feel like I'm in a different car. And yeah, I just have so much peace of mind now, and to me, that was worth the high price. So the reason I'm talking about all of this, like looking at the bigger picture, is because you might be doing something in life that's new, that you've never done before, and you feel so much anxiety and uncertainty. And then as soon as you do it, you face these obstacles where you completely doubt yourself, and you might want to quit even. I mean, I was like, fuck, I better drive straight back to Florida. But the point of the story is, like, don't make rash decisions. Get more information on your situation, what's going on, and just deal with it problem by problem. I mean, it can seem like a huge, massive problem, but if you break it down into smaller little pieces you have to conquer, it may be more manageable. Alright guys, just had my dinner at the Golden Corral. That was my first time there, and actually the food was a lot better than I thought it would be. It's kind of funny, it made me chuckle when I looked at my receipt. I'll show you here. So they charged me for the weekend senior dinner buffet. I had to laugh when I saw that. I guess I'm looking like a senior now. My total was almost $20. And then I gave the waitress a cash tip. Yeah, so I've only been in Indianapolis a couple of hours. I was talking to my mom today, and she actually used to work here because her company headquarters were here. And she told me that the people are very friendly here. And in the short time I've been here, that's what I've also experienced. People are just very friendly, come up to you and talk to you in a friendly way. I really like the vibes here. And there's a lot of diversity here. It's whites, blacks, Hispanic, and Asians. So my near-term plan is to stay here in Indianapolis and work off the debt I accrued from buying the new tires. They were not cheap. I think if I hustle, I can pay that debt off in a week. And it's really not debt, so to speak. I mean, I have the money, but yeah, I just want to make that money, and I'll just make an early payment on my credit card, and just so I can put that behind me. Yeah, I think that's the plan, because I'm getting good vibes here. I'm getting good vibes here, really friendly people. I like the scenery. I just kind of want to be here for at least a week, I think, and just hustle. And that's what I'm going to do. And then after that, I'll probably head off to my next location. Okay, well, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm parked. And I just realized something. So car life in Florida was very tactical, meaning I really had to pick and choose where I stayed every night. It was very strategic. Had to look for certain places, had to avoid places where there would be a lot of police patrol. I had to avoid ghettos. I had to avoid parking lot security. And I actually, ever since I've left Florida, I have not seen one single parking lot security. But they needed it there in Florida because there were a lot of homeless and just kind of drug dealers and prostitutes would hang out in parking lots. So here, I get the feeling, I mean, I could even stay here tonight, right? I mean, it's not like police are roaming around looking for people sleeping in their cars. Yeah, pretty much since I left Tennessee, I saw a couple car lifers, van lifers in Tennessee. Not many though, it was like less than 5. And then since I left Tennessee, I haven't seen any. So it's not like the police are out looking for creepy guys living in their cars. All right, guys, thanks for joining me on the Boundless Adventure. I'm wrapping this one up. If you have anything interesting to tell me about Indiana, let me know in the comments section. I don't think I'll go to the gym tonight unless I need to drop a deuce.